Leaders need to make the critical decisions to decide that we're going to be innovative. That means we're going to test and learn, we're going to try some new things, some won't work, so we're going to make sure that those are small bets, and the big bets we make are the things that we already have a lot of data and information on.
How do we use data? You know, there's lots of data across financial services that we get from having so many customers, but we really have to think as an industry, how do we use that data in a way that makes it easier for us to serve our customers, but with clear transparency to our customers about using their data. And I think customers have told us, keep us safe, keep me secure, give me products and services that help me. Data allows us to do that, but it is so important that we harness the power of that data very effectively in ways that our customers feel comfortable with.
I think all banks are focused on how they engage their customers digitally in a way that delights their customer and is seamless across different experiences. And there's a lot of different ways that a bank can choose to do that. And their answer may not be the same for every type of interaction that they have with their customer or every line of business that they have. So I think 2019 is an important year for banks to decide what their direction is going to be and what their strategy is going to be for digital engagement as online, mobile, voice, device, as all of those things merge more into kind of the forefront and become more of a focus point for banks.
Too many organizations take too long to decide where to go. They have too many different layers of approvals and bureaucracy, and we have got to be operating with speed. So I would say to focus 2019 on creating agile organizations would probably be my greatest priority.
For our institution, probably the most important decision we're making is around data governance. And it's not just that we have data, we want insights from that data. Systems, normalization, and ownership of that data will be a prime focus for us in 2019.
The most important decision that banks need to make is the idea that we need to start making decisions. It's been far too easy to parlay and kick the can down the road of, hey, we can make that next year. The competitive threat of change hasn't really sunk in. And the idea of being a fast follower, the idea that, oh, someone launched, a fee-free checking account, I just need to respond and do the same thing, that doesn't work anymore. In a technology-driven world where people are moving faster and faster, you're just not going to catch up if you don't start moving. Harvard Business School recently did a study that showed that the most successful CEOs were not the ones that were right the most often when they made a decision, they were the ones that made decisions faster.
How are we going to staff our branches? And for many years we've talked and heard a lot about Universal Banker, which requires a whole lot of technology deployment. I think there's a lot of different ways you can solve for simple, everyday, routine transactions being migrated out of the branch. And how do we have more robust, needs-based conversations with customers? And if you think about your expense base in retail, people is obviously going to be your number one expense. And if that's our number one expense, how are we taking advantage of that resource and human capital to make sure that it's adding the most value?
We know that our customers are using digital more, they're using branches less. We know that artificial intelligence, machine learning, if you will, is going to become more and more important. And we know that our smartphones are going to be smarter, that they're going to have more capabilities. Every year Apple comes out with a new one. We know it's got more memory and faster processors and is going to be essentially the computer in our hand. So these decisions around how do I deal with this and how do I have the right type of customer experience is something that we're all grappling with, and I think starting to make those decisions and not waiting, it's going to happen faster. So not waiting for it to occur, but starting to get better at it, starting to experiment with it, I think are critical, and invest in it, are critical things for financial institutions to really get more aggressive about in 2019.
How do we really engage our team members? Over 2 million team members in financial services in the US. How do we engage them in this continuing wave of digital transformation? How do we train them? How do we give them the tools to really make them advocates for the digital engagement that is so critical for our industry? Because our customers tell us, give us more and more digital tools to make their banking lives simpler.